Hello again, all my Massachusetts home buyers and sellers. This is your North Shore real estate enabler, Dan Bernal, here in the heart of Massachusetts' beautiful North Shore, here in Salem, Mass. And today, here in early spring of 2014, what I'd like to talk about is a trend we're going to see a lot of this year. We've already seen a bunch of it starting right out at the beginning of the year, which is people who are buying a home, but they're selling their home first. This is what we call either a move-up buyer, someone who's moving on to their second home, their bigger family home, or someone who's downsizing because they don't need all that space anymore with the kids gone. And one of the things that we're running into is a slightly different set of concerns this year than maybe we've had in the past. So in the past, if someone's putting their house on the market to buy another house, they might have been concerned, well, what if we don't find a buyer in time and I find my dream home? But I can't buy it because I don't have a buyer yet for my home. Perfectly reasonable concern in what we would consider a buyer's market. But we've been neck deep in seller's market conditions for a couple of years now. So really what we're running into is if you put that home on the market, what happens if you have a buyer before you find a home that you're in love with? Or even worse, and I'm guaranteeing you this is something that's going to happen this year a lot, more so than I would like to say because I'm mostly on the buyer side, is what if you find a home you love but you don't end up winning the bidding war on it? Now, listen, I'm mostly a buyer's agent. Anyone who knows me knows I spend most of my time dealing with buyers, so I know what the situation is out there for buyers, which is that in the past, I might have been able to tell you, honestly, I can probably get you the home that you fall in love with. Right now, anyone who tells you that is lying, because the truth of the matter is, there are people throwing around buckets full of cash, no contingencies whatsoever, so even if we orchestrate a great offer on a property that you love, if there are 12 other offers on it, 2 of them are cash with no home inspection, they can close in 10 days, sometimes you just can't compete, and sometimes you don't even know what you're competing with when there are that many offers. So the reality of the situation is, you're probably going to have an easier time, so long as you are reasonable about listing your home, you're probably going to have an easier time selling your home than you are finding that next perfect home and acquiring it. So, what's a buyer or seller to do? I'll tell you, and I hate to say it because a lot of people don't want to hear the hard truth, but the fact of the matter is, interim housing. You may need to find a stepping stone, and you absolutely need to provide for some kind of a contingency plan in case this comes up for interim housing between when you sell your home and when you get into the next one. Something where you can live for a month or two, put your stuff in storage. I know it's a huge pain, but the reality is you don't want to get rid of these buyers when they're beating down your door to buy your house, and right now that's what's happening. It's a great time to sell. There may be some inconvenience in stepping stone between that and the next home, but the fact of the matter is you're going to get top dollar for your home right now, and there are good properties coming on the market this year. We're seeing a lot more inventory already coming on, so there are going to be opportunities. You just have to hang in there, and if you don't get the first one, it may not be anybody's fault, especially not yours, and certainly not mine. The reality is we're in a seller's market. It's a feeding frenzy out there, but there's plenty of opportunity. So this year, if you're thinking about selling your home to buy another one, I can help orchestrate all of this. It may be a little bumpy, but you're going to get top dollar for your house, and you're going to see a lot more on the market to choose from on the other side. You can find me anytime at danbernal.com. You can see me this year on A&E's Flipping Boston. I was flipping through the channels the other day, and there I was on their first episode of this new season. I'll be on House Hunters again in a couple of weeks, and you can reach me anytime. Thanks.